Hi, Barry McDonough here, author of Dare, the new way to end anxiety and stop panic attacks fast. So we're going to watch a video here by Heather. Heather's had agoraphobia for about 2 years, so she's been basically housebound for about 2 years. She's been using Dare to step outside of her comfort zone, to leave her home, to go driving to the end of the road and further. She's been doing great and she's been setting herself goals. So I think, about a month ago she was able to drive to the end of the road, and now she's able to drive about 5 miles down the road from her home, where we're going to watch today. So we're going to watch the video together. I'm going to then play it back and I'm going to do some commentary on it for Heather. But for anyone who suffers from driving anxiety or any anxiety about leaving your comfort zone, I think you'll find this video very helpful.
So I'm coming down the road again. The time before last, I stopped at the alcohol building, and then the next time I had stopped at the telephone building. And then the last time we had crossed. It's been since the 24th that I was able to cross the light, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do it today because there's been so many days in between an exposure. I'm supposed to do it like every day or every other day. I'm not supposed to put more than like a day or two in between. It's been several, so we're getting close to the light. I'm going to start doing my breathing. I put some lavender oil on my hands already. I feel the symptoms coming already. I feel tightness in my chest. It's hard to swallow, but we are coming to the light. Hopefully I can cross this time without extreme panic. I did have a panic attack last night in the middle of the night for no reason. It just happened. It looks like we're going to have to sit at a red light. But I don't see a lot of people out, so that's good. We're here. I'm anxious. Heart is beating fast. I accept and allow these anxious feelings. They will not hurt me. My body's fight or flight is there to protect me. It won't hurt me. This is, thank you, I was about ready to say, this is the longest red light. Okay, we're crossing. Okay. That was where we stopped last time. Let's pull into this one this time. I feel extremely anxious right now. Just gotta wait with it. I'm okay. We need to turn around. I'm like scratching off this thing here. Okay, just breathe. We're gonna go. I'm fine. Mess with the red light again. Woohoo. Last time I stopped at that brick building right there. Breathe. I'm okay. I feel myself coming down from it right now. My heart rate is slightly elevated, but not a panic. She was caught using her grandmother's placard. It's up the sticker. I'm okay. Hangs from the rearview mirror. Yeah. It's just an adrenaline flood. Her grandmother unfortunately passed away in 2014, but she allowed okay because she wanted to avoid paying the car. Green light. I always feel like so much better when we get back on this side. At least that is a shaken. At least that is what's the word I'm looking for? Progress. At least that's progress, because I used to not even get halfway down this road. Now I can successfully go to the end of this road and and be okay. It's only when I cross that it's very hard. So, and I'm starting with the splotches again. I must rub my neck or something. I don't know. I'm splotching. It's one of those things that happens when you get extremely anxious. It's normal. So anyhow, I'm on my way home and I'm feeling fine. And I went a little further today than I did the last time, so that's good. Anyhow, today's February 29th, and I have successfully crossed the red light twice now with panic, but not rushing home because of it, because I always feel calm by the time we get back to the light to cross again. All right, that's all for now. Thanks. Bye.
Great job, Heather. And you know, it's great to see the way you're setting goals and you're passing them, and that's why you're making progress. I'm going to make a couple of tips and recommendations on this. There's a few little things that I think if you correct, I think you'll make even quicker progress. But all this is down to your attitude. If you want to overcome anxiety, you need an attitude like this, like you're showing for pushing out. So really well done. And for anybody who's watching who doesn't experience anxiety, or who doesn't experience anxiety, doesn't know what that's like, it's hard to understand how difficult to do something like this is. It looks so simple, but it's not. Only people who have experienced panic attacks can really understand what it's like to push outside the comfort zone like this. So let's begin.
So I'm coming down the road again. The time before last, I stopped at the alcohol building, and then the next time I had stopped at the telephone building.
Which is great. So basically, you've just been setting goals for yourself, moving further, across them, and for you, that gives you a great sense of accomplishment, because it's very clear boundaries of what you have done, what you have achieved.
And then the last time we had crossed, it's been since the 24th that I was able to cross the light. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do it today, because there's been so many days in between an exposure. I'm supposed to do it like every day or every other day. I'm not supposed to put more than like a day or two in between. It's been several, so we're getting close to the light.
That's true. I mean, it is best to try and practice every day, every second day, or even every third day, because when we take big gaps, we tend to let the anxiety creep back in. So as much as you can, or as best you can, keep trying to have activities or things to do that will keep pushing you outside of your comfort zone, at least every second day, every day.
I'm going to start doing my breathing. I put some lavender oil on my hands already. I feel the symptoms coming already. I feel tightness in my chest.
So this is the point where you would start to welcome those symptoms. So you should expect to feel anxious. You should expect the symptoms to arrive. And what's going to happen from here all the way up to that red traffic light is that they're going to increase and they're going to get more intense, as you'll see. So it's an attitude, an open attitude of expectation and welcomeness for the anxiety, because experiencing the anxiety sensations gives you an opportunity to practice the DARE response. And remembering the DARE response is diffuse, allow, run towards, and engage. So this would be the point where you might go D, diffuse. I'm experiencing these sensations, but whatever, so what? They're welcome to come along. I was expecting them.
It's hard to swallow, but we are coming to the light. Hopefully I can cross this time without extreme panic. I did have a panic attack last night in the middle of the night for no reason. It just happened. It looks like we're going to have to sit at a red light.
So you're into A now of DARE. You'd be already saying to yourself, I accept and allow these anxious sensations. So the anxiety has gone from a 3 to a 4. You're probably at around a 6 now of the anxiety. This is the kind of general anxiety level. And you'd be saying to yourself, I accept and allow these anxious sensations, as you do a bit further.
But I don't see a lot of people out, so that's good. We're here. I'm anxious.
Now, instead of saying that you're anxious, this is the point where I can tell from your breath and the way you're talking from here on in the video is that the anxiety is probably already spiked up to about an 8 or a 9. So this is kind of on the verge of a panic attack, and that big wave of anxiety is coming in. This is the point where you're doing the third step of dare, run towards, and you're saying to yourself, instead of I'm anxious, which you just said there, you're saying I'm excited. And you're going to repeat that over and over. I'm excited by this feeling. I'm excited by this feeling. So you want to keep flipping that nervous arousal into excitement. Don't label it as fear or anxiety. Label it as that adrenaline flood, as excitement, as something that you're a willing participant in, something that you want to do. Remember that roller coaster ride? You've got the arms up in the air and you're excited. You're not holding on. You're white knuckling it. You're holding onto that bar going, oh my God, here we go. We're going over the roller coaster. As soon as that red light goes green, we're going over outside of my comfort zone. And I'm not sure how I feel about this. And the reason that is because you're still afraid of the sensations. You're still afraid in the back of your mind that you're going to have a really bad panic attack and something terrible is going to happen to you. It's with repetition and with practicing like this that you'll build up the confidence to fully understand that you are safe. So from here on in, I'm excited.
Heart is beating fast. I accept and allow these anxious feelings.
Do you see why here I accept and allow these anxious feelings doesn't work when the anxiety is that high? That's why you've moved past acceptance and allowance. Now you're into demanding more. Now you're into excitement. So I'm excited by these feelings. I'm excited by these feelings. Acceptance and allowance is at the core of all of the work. But when the anxiety has spiked, as it has to an 8 out of 10 or a 9 out of 10, you've got to be in the third step.
They will not hurt me. My body's fight or flight is there to protect me. It won't hurt me.
It's true.
This is, thank you, I was about ready to say, this is the longest red light. Okay, we're crossing. Okay. That was where we stopped last time. Let's pull into this one this time.
So now you're going a little bit further, which is great than you did before. Now this point is key. So I talk about it in the book, and I may have mentioned it to you before. When you reach this point outside of your comfort zone, this new zone, this new land, you've got to own it. And by own it, I mean you've got to stop the car, maybe even get out of the car, walk around a little bit and work through that anxiety there to the point where it comes back down. So you're now 8 or 9 out of 10. You've got to stay where you are, using the dare response, and get and work through that adrenaline rush. Shake it off, move around, do what you got to do, bring it on, get excited by it. All of that stuff will help, will cause the anxiety to reduce, cause that nervous arousal to reduce. And the reason you do it there and not when you're back home is because when you do it there, your confidence builds so much faster. So that's really key. So watch what happens.
I feel extremely anxious right now.
This is the point where you work through it, right?
Just gotta wait with it. I'm okay. We need to turn around.
So what you're saying is, I'm okay, but if I stay here, something terrible is going to happen to me. And that's, it's normal. Of course it is. If you've suffered from anxiety and panic attacks for a long time. So this is the point, though, where you'd say, okay, now is the time to really work through it and really strip away the fear of these sensations and strip away the idea that you are under an attack, which you're not. It's just very uncomfortable, heightened nervous arousal. If you were to stay here and work through it, you'd learn to shatter that illusion much faster. But going back home, look, you did really, really great. It's just that you would really build that muscle faster, if that muscle of confidence faster, if you stayed and worked through it. So again, now is the time to be saying, I'm excited by this feeling. I'm excited by this feeling. Right now, you've kind of forgotten what to do. Again, normal, everything kind of goes out of your head when you start feeling anxious. But this is really, if you can't think of anything else, just say, I'm excited, bring it on in moments like that.
I am like scratching off this thing here. Okay, just breathe.
And as you turn around, you can see now for the rest of the video, your anxiety will start coming back down because you know you're going back to your safe zone. But can you see how this is a type of running away from the anxiety still? Because you've turned, you got there, you did it, but you white knuckled your way there, you forced your way there. And this is like that exposure therapy idea. You force yourself through it, but if you don't work through it in the situation and leave on your own terms, you know, gain that new ground on your own terms, you'll still fear it all the time. It'll always be this huge effort of pushing past that comfort zone. So, and that's why I think a lot of that, the model of exposure therapy doesn't work well unless it has this element of pushing past your comfort zone and working through the anxiety using the DARE response outside your comfort zone. Then going back home when you're almost bored.
We're gonna go. I'm fine. You messed with the red light again. Woohoo. Last time I stopped at that brick building right there.
Now the anxiety is probably down to a 7.
Breathe. I am okay. I feel myself coming down from it right now. My heart rate is slightly elevated, but not panic.
Now you're kind of back into general anxiety territory, all because you're out of what you perceived of as the dangerous place. That just passing that traffic light, just outside of your comfort zone like that. And you can see how our mind plays these tricks on us. If you don't learn to push and stay outside your comfort zone, you'll always have this imaginary bubble that your life is safe within, and you're back in that bubble now and you're close to home or heading back home.
She was caught using her grandmother's placard. It's like a sticker. It's
okay.
The name's from the rearview mirror.
Yeah. It's just an adrenaline flood.
Her grandmother unfortunately passed away in 2014, but she wanted because she wanted to avoid
green light.
Now you're kind of realizing actually how tense your body actually got then. As you start to relax, you feel the tension that is there.
I always feel like so much better when we get back on this side. At least that is a shaking. At least that is a...
Shaking's good. It's good to shake it out. Don't suppress any type of shaking. You know, when you're over there outside your comfort zone, you can get out and you can bounce around. You can shake your hands out like that. Bounce around. You know, think of animals when they're attacked. They go through this period where they shake a lot and then they just shake it off and they're back to normal. So same thing with humans. When we've got this nervous arousal, we get all this nervous energy and we need to do something with it. So it's fine to bounce your leg around a bit, get out, jump around a bit, whatever. Go exercise, burn that nervous energy off. It's a bit like having a cup of coffee. Well, several cups of coffee.
That's the word I'm looking for. Progress. At least that's progress, because I used to not even get halfway down this road. Now I can successfully go to the end of this road and be okay. It's only when I cross that it's very hard. So, and I'm starting with the splotches again. I must rub my neck or something. I don't know. I'm splotching. It's one of those things that happens when you get extremely anxious. It's normal. So anyhow, I'm on my way home and I'm feeling fine. And I went a little further today than I did the last time, so that's good. Anyhow, today's February 29th, and I have successfully crossed the red light twice now with panic, but not rushing home because of it, because I always feel calm by the time we get back to the...
You did rush home though. That's the thing, isn't it? You got there and you turned around fast and got back home. So that's the key thing. That's where you got it. That's the thing you got to work on changing, because you're still in that mode of fearing that the panic attack might arrive. But I think you've done incredible work. It's this kind of attitude that's going to get you results. Let's just play to
cross again. All right, that's all for now. Thanks.
So look, really great work done, Heather. And if you keep that attitude and add in these modifications that I'm talking about, you're going to move further and further and further, and eventually you're going to shatter this idea that there is a bubble, that there is a safe zone that you move within. You know, remember that thing where I say, you know, you're as safe on a desert island as you are sitting on your home. It's all about confidence, learning to have that confidence back in your body again, learning to strip away the fear of the sensations that you feel. So I hope this has been helpful to you. Remember, go back over the DARE response, read the book again, listen to the audios, and I hope it's been helpful to other people who've been watching who may be dealing with a very similar issue. So take care. Hey, thanks for watching the video, and before you go, if you do suffer from anxiety or panic attacks, get yourself a copy of DARE. DARE has one of the highest ratings for treating anxiety on Amazon.com. The book also comes with a free app, audios, and a live Facebook support group. Just search DARE on Amazon or visit the link in the description below.